Hey y'all, what's up? Jamithatsme here. Listen, I have not been feeling good at all. Okay, I've been having a fever, I've been having a little bit of chills or whatever, I've been having a cough or whatnot. I definitely spent some time yesterday trying to like really sweat everything out, and I'm feeling a little better, so I wanted to use this time to try to go ahead and get some reviews in or whatever for you guys, because they're definitely late, so I wanted to try to go ahead and get those out for y'all. And then I don't even know if I'm gonna make the panel tonight for Scotty. It just depends on how I'm feeling later, because I plan on getting back in the bed and seeing what else I can sweat out, because I'm still kind of nauseous around my stomach area, so we're just gonna see, honey. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay, we're gonna cut the SHI. Okay, you know, with them walking around seeing everybody got their small clips. We just gonna jump right into some things. Okay, so you know, they did flashbacks or whatever, and Andy highlighted the fact that Karen has changed. Karen wanted to only highlight the nose job that she recently got, and I was glad Robyn called her out and said, "You sure it's just a nose job?" You know what I'm saying? She was like, "Oh, well, you're talking about current, right?" "Yeah, well, currently I only got this or that." Okay, and I guess Gizelle tried to come to her defense by saying, "Yeah, you know, it's not our normal face or whatever like that. You know, we all get work done, whatever, you know." But yeah, Miss Karen, we know you done got some work done. We just wanted you to be open and honest about all of it, just like you be wanting other people to be open and honest about theirs. Okay, that's all. It's okay. We know y'all get work done. All right, and you know that Andy was talking about more than just currently, because he showed a series of clips from your time of being on this show, and you want to talk about just currently. He wasn't talking about currently. Okay, you knew what he was talking about, but it's okay, because we all know. So let's move on. Karen is asked about Gizelle's attire or whatever, and Karen says that Gizelle's attire is a mess and she knows it. It's her trademark. I said, "Oh no, she did not say it is this lady's trademark." Okay, so all of the ladies was asked about the attire, and then Candiace says, "Well, you know, let's be honest. I definitely feel as though I would love to see you in you know, with the stylist at least one day. Like, I would just like to see you with the stylist for one day." And I'm just like, I agree. I want to see you with the stylist for a few days, okay, a few episodes. It's okay, you know, because and I feel like Gizelle, they really got on you this episode, and they probably gonna get on you for the rest of the reunion. But here's the thing for me: don't be upset, don't be mad, accept it and sit in it, and come back next year. Like, and I hate to say it, like, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. With Candiace, they have dragged Candiace about her mom paying these bills. Candiace has leveled up to a place where y'all can't say her mama doing that right now. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but in this moment, she done bought her own house, you know. So it's like, you can't talk. That's no longer a conversation anymore. Just like we did talk about Karen's wigs at one point. Karen went and fixed that. That's not of a conversation anymore. So Gizelle, just get you a better stylist, get you a better selection. Maybe that's a part of your storyline. They came at you in so many directions that you could use a lot for your storyline next year. So, like, I mean, get you a stylist, work on your fashions, and once you figure out what that is, come up with your line of things that you're gonna sell. If it's not gonna be every hue, I feel like every hue doesn't have to just be makeup. It can be like, I can't think of some of them. I don't know. I keep thinking Revlon, but I feel like it's not Revlon, but I'll say Johnson & Johnson. Like, they may have their whole company, but they have these different umbrellas. So every hue could be a clothing line. Every hue could be a hat line. It could be a different type of hat line. Every hue could be a jewelry line. Every hue could be anything, because once again, it's for every hue. It doesn't matter. Your color is the message that you're getting out there. So my message to Gizelle is, like, don't be too upset. And if you are being upset in the moment, but use this to come out better than, you know what I'm saying, what you have been. Okay? They can't say anything about your fashions no more, because now they're on point. What else is going on? That was your story last year. What else you got this year? You know what I'm saying? That's how she needs to move. So y'all know Karen was really coming for Gizelle, coming for her fashions. Karen came for Gizelle so much that some of the stuff, in my opinion, was warranted, because Gizelle definitely came for her business and stuff. But then some of the stuff, it's like, Andy ain't even talking to you, girl. And it's like, it do make it seem like you are a bit obsessed a little bit. I know a lot of people may feel like, nah, she was just coming after her because she said so much and this, that. Well, she got her throughout the season with the slick stuff that she's done. So a lot of the stuff that Gizelle has done to Karen, she's gotten that work. throughout the season. So for to come to the reunion and you're putting even more, it's like, kind of like, girl, you could have just eased back just a little bit, honey. But that's just my opinion. Y'all leave y'all's below. So Karen, but Gizelle also called Karen out for that Fendi outfit on that wasn't actually Fendi, and then Karen said that she had to get it altered. Ain't no way I'm finna get a Fendi outfit altered and then take the F off of it. And this ain't the first time that you were called out for fake Fendi. People have called you out on more than one occasion. Not just Gizelle, but okay, girl. Karen was called out for coming after the Green Eye Bandit so bad. And it was in relation to the fight between Monique and Candiace. And Karen said that she was just calling out a spade, and just acknowledging the fact that the ladies wanted them to fight and that they were happy about it. And I'm like, okay, girl, that's what Karen says. That's what she felt. And I do feel like it was another way for you to go after those ladies in that moment. You know, if they saying slick stuff, it's funny. They always laughing. You know what I'm saying? If they getting funny at each other, but when it came down to physical altercation, like I didn't even see them laugh about that. But y'all let me know. But Andy decided to put a pin in there because he wanted to address that at a later time. Wendy speaks on her degrees. Gizelle speaks on liking Wendy now because not only is she her soror, but she also got the opportunity to just really get to know Wendy, and she likes Wendy. Wendy is still teaching at Johns Hopkins. Wendy speaks on her degrees because her degrees have been downplayed before, so she felt the need that they're her credentials, and she's gonna speak on those to make sure nobody ever tries to downgrade them again. Andy says that he's impressed, although Karen was not. And Wendy said, well, I can appreciate the fact that you're impressed, okay? So Ashley had to throw in her 2 cents and speaks on the fact that, oh, I'm impressed as well, but it's just that when you throw your degrees in my face to try to belittle me, well, Ashley, let's be honest, anything Wendy would have said would have belittled you, okay? The fact that you even got with Michael on the tenses of what you got with him is belittled within itself. So anytime somebody come at your head, you're going to feel belittled, but that's your insecurity because you know it's fact. So what else is going on? Yeah, so Ashley, in my opinion, Ashley, girl, shut up. Okay, whenever somebody come at you, you don't like it, but you can go at everybody else too, though. You know what I'm saying? And then you sit up there and you burn a hole through Candiace's head because you can't stand her, but y'all one and the same. So that's what's confusing to me, okay? But see, you're a little more messier than Candiace is. See, you like to dig up information on people and throw it in their face, and when people do that to you, you don't like it. But Candiace is similar to you with how she uses her mouth, and she don't give a fuck about it, and may not be willing to accept the consequences that come after with everybody coming at her. But I feel like, girl, you can say what you want to say, rightfully so. Everybody else do it, why you can't? Okay? So it is what it is. So the conversation comes up about Karen calling Wendy a floozy influencer. Gizelle admitted that she added the word floozy, but the reason she did it was because Karen tried to get her kicked off the show. Gizelle, you sound dumb as hell, okay? You was trying to use Wendy as bait to go after after Karen so that it could be indirect. That's what you were trying to do. You were trying to bait Wendy to go after somebody that you weren't initially trying to go after. Just like Ashley used you to bait in Candiace, or shall I say bait in Monique. Ashley fed you information and you took that to Monique, hence created the issue between Monique and Candiace, okay? So shut the hell up. Why would you even, that was no correlation at all. You was just being messy and they read the hell out you. Karen said she was not trying to get Wendy off the show, and I was so glad Robyn spoke up and said, no, that's a fact, and I appreciate that because Karen was gonna lie. We have caught Karen in a few lies. I don't care nothing about no grand dame, and y'all think she's so amazing and this and that. I love Karen. She probably is one of the faves, but at the end of the day, a spade is a spade and a lie is a lie. And Karen, girl, you be lying, period. That's just what that is, okay? So you definitely said that about Wendy, and then you try to clean up your words when it still meant the same. But Wendy did feel as though she feels like Karen acted the way she acted towards her because she not running up her ass like Ashley and Candiace did when they got on the show. And I could see that, and I could see that Wendy felt the way that she started to get closer with Gizelle as well, because Karen cannot stand Gizelle, period. So when she saw that, instead of Wendy being up her ass, you know what I'm saying, she would have had no issue with Wendy had Wendy just come to her versus coming to Gizelle. So, girl, bye. I ain't hearing shit Miss Karen talking about. So Candiace is starting to talk, and Ashley is just grilling her with her eyes, and I'm loving every bit of it, because Ashley, you can't stand this girl, okay? But you should be going in that mirror staring at yourself, because that's what you're looking at. Candiace is asked about her tweets, laughed my ass off. Andy told her that she is like gruesome or whatever on Twitter. She says, thank you. Candiace speaks on her tweet saying that she responds to what's sent out to her. Andy tells her that he believes her life is going to be a bit better once she eases up on her tweets. I can see that. Definitely. They were calling her out about her tweets, and Candiace was just like, you know, I admit that I may say a lot of things that, you know, may be to my detriment, and I could definitely do better in that department. So when Monique went and said something to Ashley during break, trying to say that Candiace didn't own any accountability, and I'm like, what do you mean? She just said that she tweets things that could be to her detriment, and she could do better than that. What else did you want her to say? But what it is, you're so anxious to get to that book. That's what that is, girl. So when they speak on the song, you know, Candiace has her song out. He asked, does it compare to Ashley's dried up coffee? And Candiace said, no, it does not compare. I did not have any auto-tunes or anything. And Ashley said, well, I performed my song without any hiccups or this, that, and the other. Girl, don't be trying to put the mechanical hiccups on Candiace. Just because the DJ and stuff is messing up, that's their sound system. Don't be trying to put that up on her, but your voice is flat, period. Okay? Don't be trying to do that. So I was glad Candiace read her and told her, girl, your vocals are trash. Next question. Thank you. Okay? And she's to go, Ashley, girl, you keep talking about trash. Have you looked in the mirror? No. Have you looked in the mirror? Have you looked in the mirror, Ashley? Have you looked in the mirror? Why you sit over here talking about her? You always trying to call people trash. And then Candiace said, oh, you talking about trash like what your husband called mine? Yeah, okay, let's talk about it. And I was so glad she said that. Ashley really didn't know what to say. And then Candiace said, girl, your husband is itching. Take a test. I hollered when she said that, as she should have. Your husband is itching. Go shut the hell up about talking about my husband is itching. Girl, you shut up, because you're trying to continue to have moments is what you're trying to do. So Robyn butts in, and she, you know, she's like, I'm tired of talking about my family or whatever. And Robyn calls her out like, girl, don't be trying to be sensitive now. Yes, Robyn. I was here for Robyn. Robyn was like, don't be trying to be sensitive now when you've said a lot of things about my husband and my family. And then now all of a sudden, can't nobody say anything about yours. And then she was like, what did she say about your family? She said, my husband looked like my child or whatever. She said, my husband looked like my son. Is that not rude or whatever? And Ashley and Robyn didn't know what the hell to say, but I was cracking up because I'm like, ooh, the fact that you even think what we think out here, yikes, okay? So they speak on colorism and the term aggressive. You know, when the question was asked, Wendy looked around like, yeah, I want to see what y'all gonna say about this term being aggressive as it relates to colorism. And Robyn was like, don't look at me. And I was like, well, girl, don't speak up first. Because at this point, we thinking that you are a person that, the guilty spoke first. That's how I'm looking at it. So then, you know, all the ladies didn't really understand or see the point. So then Monique chimes in and said, no, it's based on, aggressive is based on your actions. It has nothing to do with your color at all. And if y'all can call me a hood rat and ghetto, then I could call y'all aggressive. And I understood that point because Monique also called y'all a trick all the time. And I'm like, which one is worse, a trick or being called aggressive? Or are they on the same level? Okay, so that's just what y'all throw around with your insults. But as it relates to basketball wise, and they putting that aggressive on top of their actions matching their words against OG, it made sense and it was valid for me in that moment. But on this show, you know what I'm saying? It didn't make sense, you know, with the whole aggressive term or whatever agenda Wendy was trying to push about black women and the term aggressive and colorism and stuff like that. I felt like if there was any colorism at play for me, in my opinion, was when Karen said Wendy does not fit in within this group and she's not a good look. So for that, I see nothing but light and fair-skinned ladies on this show. Okay, Candiace is the brownest person on that show. So for her to say that with Wendy about Wendy made me think like that could have been colorism, you know what I'm saying, within the group, if that was the case, you know. But I don't think it related to the term aggressive, but that's just my opinion. Another thing I just wanted to highlight, Candiace, of course, she continued to address her verbal attacks and how she can do a bit better with that. She also spoke on, they talked about how she's in school to get her MBA. She done also got a new house, and she just, her new movie just premiered on BET. So shout out to Candiace for doing the damn thing. And I just feel like once you do get your tweets and things under wraps, You know, I think you'll be good. Or not so much as like, I have no issue with her saying what she wants to whoever she wants, however she wants. I think that just pick and choose what's worth and not worth a comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get on these reality shows, like, this is what you're exposing yourself to, the banter that's going to come your way. So it's just like, let these people do what they do. And that's what I want to see from Candiace. I want to see her grow. I want to see her elevate. And I want to see her less bothered than what she has been in the past. So during the break, Monique, like I said earlier, was talking to Ashley about Candiace, and then she spoke on how all these ladies are being shady because Ashley said, do you think you and Candiace can get back cool? She was like, no, it's just too much stuff people been trying to do behind my back. And it's bothering me in a sense because I'm kind of like, you keep talking about the stuff they did behind your back, but what was actually brought to the show? All of the stuff that could have been done behind the scenes never played out on the show. See, a lot of us are coming at you for your actions of what we've actually seen on the show. So how are you more upset with Gizelle and Candiace than you are with your own friend Gigi and whatever role Charisse played behind the scenes? Y'all can chime down below and let me know, because that right there doesn't make, I'm not following that. That's not making any sense for me. Okay, that's who you need to be mad at, because Gizelle did allude to that, but they also said that Ashley said all of the ladies spoke on it in confessionals, but they only showed Gizelle's, and then they also decided to not go on that story, go down that storyline, because you also threw a fit about that. So it's kind of like, that's not, I don't know, like, it's like, I feel like you mad at the wrong people. Now, granted, I do think that Gizelle deserves some due because she has been coming at your head for some time, girl. Okay? But you talking about the shady stuff they've done behind your back. I'm not really seeing it, but I guess, okay. So they speak about Gizelle's home and about her fashions. Karen decides to chime in. See, this is where I'm like, Karen, you're doing too much. You've already said enough. But she chimes in when she says that, you know, basically Gizelle ain't got she has no good taste when it comes to her home. So her and Karen start going back and forth. Then she starts to overtalk Gizelle. Now, when she brought up every hue, I understood that because, like I said, you've been ragging on LaDom. Her stuff is still out here selling on different platforms, whereas yours is of no more. And Gizelle said that her business is not in place because of COVID. I do not agree with that at all. Not at all. She said Karen said Target said that she's liquidated. I believe Karen on that. I don't believe anything Gizelle is talking about at all, not when it comes to every hue. So Gizelle is asked about seeing Jamal during the pandemic. Gizelle come up with excuses like it's been hard. He's been down here. I've been up here. Stop saying that, SHI girl. Stop saying that, because you wasn't seeing this man before then. So what are you talking about? You wasn't seeing him before the pandemic. So why are you up here lying? I'm sick of it. Then she says that the show has helped the relationship and the conversation of the girls and their dad. Then she says that her dad was exaggerating and that as long as he supports her, it's like your dad was not exaggerating. Your dad was honest, because if he was exaggerating, he would have sat right there and continued to have that fake conversation with you. But instead, he got up, still mic'd, and told his truth behind the scenes of the camera. But you still sit up here trying to make us believe this fake shit. If you're not with Jamal, just say that. And honestly, I want to see them break up. I want to see her move on, period. But the stuff Monique came out and hit her with, girl, I don't see how you don't make a change in your life after she hit you with these. So Karen asked her, are you with Jamal? Gizelle said, yeah, I sure am. And then Karen said, well, girl, that's not what the streets are saying. And then Gizelle said, well, girl, what are the streets saying? She said, girl, they saying that y'all not together, that this is fake for you to keep your job, and that he has another child, the child being the 7th child, which means that while y'all were together, he fathered another child. And for me, I feel like I don't believe that he was a part of her storyline for the show, meaning to save her job. I don't believe that. I believe her contract was already sealed, okay, to come back onto the show, whether she was going to be the bone carrier or whatever. I don't think that she needed Jamal to save a job because, let's be honest, he wasn't even really on the show this year, okay? And just like Juan wasn't really on the show, just like Ray wasn't really on the show. So it's kind of like, why would she need him to save her job? That makes no sense. So Karen, I don't believe that part. Gizelle tried to just like skirt over it. She didn't want to talk about it, but Monique came to her like, girl, you ain't finna run away so quickly. We're gonna get into these facts, okay? Come on over here and have a seat at the table because I'm finna read you a few books, okay? So then that's when Monique addressed the fact that he has another girlfriend. She has the receipts. She goes over to her receipt binder. She finds Gizelle. She pulls out text messages from what she's received from another lady, reads them down, and then at the end, actually, Gizelle didn't know what the hell to say, okay? Candiace was completely upset because she was like, are we really sitting up here listening to this lady defend her, you know, like go in on her like this? I understood exactly where Candiace was coming from. Candiace was like, you know, why are we sitting up here listening to these rumors of what this lady is spewing out when rumors was about to come to the front about her, which were actually known to be fact? She threw a whole hissy fit and had a 1,000% issue with it. But then now we're allowing her to expose this or that. I kind of understood where Candiace was coming from, because I feel like if y'all are going to get blamed so much for a plot that we didn't even get to see to play out, y'all might as well have played the fucking plot out. The plot should have just went ahead and came to the forefront. Chris was going to ride with Monique regardless. He was going to be with her regardless, okay? So if y'all going to have so much energy about all of this shit that we didn't even get to see play out behind the scenes, y'all might as well have played it out, in my opinion. Now, Andy asked Monique, how do you even know if this information is real? She said, oh, I have his number. And I'm like, well, that don't even mean it's still real. You know what I'm saying? But when she read that number off, Gizelle just looked and she was like, yeah, that's his number. She was like, yeah, that's his number, or whatever. I was like, ooh, embarrassing. That is definitely his number, girl. So you're going to have a talk with that man about what's going on. I don't think that Monique did anything different than what we already knew about and had been hearing about since the summertime prior to the reunion. She didn't do anything. She didn't give us anything that we didn't already know, but she definitely said it on a larger platform, shall I say. Okay, so now everybody knows what's tea. And if that is the case, and this is just for TV, it was a plot that got blown up. Okay, and Monique just burst your bubble. And then one thing I can appreciate that Monique said when she was going in at the end, Monique said, pretty much, you always got stuff to say about, you know, my husband, since you want to call him Big Boy, okay? Pastor Holy Whore got his DIC all out here around where he live at, but you bring a different man on this show every season. I hope the one that you got now is standing behind you. And girl, when she said that, I was like, oh my God. So then, and I'm like, you know he ain't standing behind her. So then Karen said, is he here? Karen said, is he here today? And then Gizelle said, no, he's not. And Karen said, of course not. I was like, oh my God. Okay. So it was a mess. The episode really didn't get good until Monique brought out her receipt book and started to go in on Miss Gizelle. Overall, the episode was pretty decent. You know, they don't really give us a whole lot in the first episode, but the last few minutes was pretty juicy. It was good yet hard to see Gizelle squirm in her seat, because I kind of felt bad for her in a sense. No woman wants to be embarrassed by a man that's constantly not showing up for her. And I just think she needs to leave Jamal altogether. And you say that you're the grand dame and you're the best looking lady or whatever your little tagline is, but you're not showing it. Your insecurities is showing more because you went back and you dated this man that got all these rumors, and you want to sit up here and talk about a reputation. Well, your reputation is being damaged by this very man. So I just feel like either your kids are not favorable to this relationship, regardless of how they feel about their dad. They're not favorable to this relationship, and your own father doesn't like this relationship. Okay? And obviously, I mean, I don't know. I just don't like it. You know, it's not my life, not my relationship. But I hope that she makes some changes. I hope that she's the independent Gizelle and she does not bring him on the show next season. And I hope that they're not together next season. You know, I'm not seeing it for them. You know, a lot of people say the relationship was for TV. But even last year, when they went to a comedy show, like last summer, when I don't even think they were filming, the two were caught out hanging out with each other. I think on Kevin Hart's comedy show on Netflix, I think you can even see them sitting together in the audience. It was either Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle with somebody. So you could even see them together. That's what made me think they were hanging with each other, spending time with each other prior to even filming. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know if it's for TV, you know, but some of the stuff, like, he probably is a cheater, probably still, you know, talking to these ladies, or these could be old facts that are just now resurfacing now that he's in a relationship with Gizelle. I don't know, but it ain't looking too good. But we just gonna see how the rest of the reunion parts go. And that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. You know, like I said, I have not been feeling well, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Leave your thoughts and comments below about how you felt about everything. Let me know your thoughts about, you know, Monique's receipt book. What are your thoughts about Karen lying about her work done on her face and blaming the Green Eye Bandits for the overall fight between the two ladies? What are your thoughts about Wendy trying to defend her degrees and speaking on colorism and everything? And what are your thoughts about Ashley and her hatred for Candiace? Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments below. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.